There isn't a game master out there that doesn't want their entire world to be interesting and exciting to their players. But let's face it, the dungeon gets most of the spotlight, and your sleepy RPG town gets treated like nothing more than a stop at the gas station to fill up on hit points and equipment. But it doesn't have to be that way.
The truth is, your player's safe zone between dungeon delves should be just as, if not more, exciting as their adventures in the underworld. And that's why we've created the Shucked Oyster for your Shadow Dark campaign. This is not your typical module. Rather than being a locked-in railroad adventure path with a beginning, middle, and an end, this book is a non-linear fever dream that will guarantee your players will never forget what goes on in your town.
The Shucked Oyster is a new carousing location that can be dropped into any town or city in your fantasy campaign. This brothel is a beacon for all kinds of eccentric characters, freak accidents, and dark conspiracies. With more than 36 fully fleshed out NPCs that all have their own interconnected and conflicting schemes, your players will be caught up in a web of intrigue that will immediately pique their interest and become their new obsession. Because this is not just a collection of adventure hooks to send your players off into the countryside.
What's included in this book is not just random. All of the characters have ongoing plans set in motion, and by helping, hindering, or even ignoring the prostitutes and patrons of this brothel, your players are going to disrupt their plans, make enemies and allies, and change the direction of your town forever.
And because of the organic design of this adventure, every campaign featuring the Shucked Oyster is going to turn out wildly different. And that's the point. Our mission is not to give you a story to be told to your players, but to pour gasoline onto the fires of their imagination and drive them to seize their agency in the world and make an impact.
And that's the beautiful thing about the Shucked Oyster. It's something that simmers in the background of your campaign. It's always there. Things are always happening. And every time your players come back from the dungeon, something is going to be different about it. With our random encounter tables, your players don't even need to set foot in this bawdy house from hell to get drawn into its web of intrigue.
When your players do get involved with the Shucked Oyster, they're going to find something much deeper than just catty gossip or town rumors. They're going to find new legendary monsters to vanquish, multiple dungeons connected to the brothel's conspiracies, a secret history to this cursed location, powerful magic items, and in the end, way more than they bargained for.
And as the Game Master, you're going to get an expanded set of social mechanics that are guaranteed to drive your players up the wall. Every little thing they do in your town from now on is going to add up and affect how the NPCs and townsfolk treat them. You're going to keep your players on their toes like never before.
So come on down to the Shucked Oyster and spend a little gold for a real good time. After all, what's the worst that could happen?